Please welcome to Streaming for Vengeance, Mr. Paul Diano, sir. How are you? This is such an honor. Iron Maiden legend. Thank you so much.
I'm doing all right. It's taking a bit of time, but I'm getting there. You know, it's all good. We've lost you. Hang on a minute.
Just a moment.
Stephen's fucking about. Get off.
Okay, now you can talk.
Right.
Should I reintroduce things? I guess. Let me start.
Okay.
Let's carry on. Paul, how does it feel to have the entire metal world like you be the focus of attention last week? It was a wonderful thing.
It was scary as well, but yeah, it's really good. I can't believe how wonderful people have been, you know, because I've had to take 7 years away because I was getting no help whatsoever because of British medical system. And now kind of got a whole new lease of life, and so many people turning up around. I admittedly they was going to see Iron Maiden as well, but you know they all came to see me, a lot of them as well, and it made me feel fantastic.
To start at the beginning of the story, why did you pick Croatia?
Well, we looked around for you know, medical centres and excellence, really, to be honest with you, because this I mean, there's a lot of people out there who still think I'm just going in for a knee replacement, which is not a bollocks, because I've got everything going wrong here. So we had a look around, and Croatia came up with one, the best prices, and two, some of the greatest surgeons in Europe and the world. Right. So why wouldn't you?
It's a no-brainer. No-brainer. Now, you've released the single, and to amazing response. Yes. Tell me about how, like the building and the thought process of actually recording new music with a brand new band and doing this wonderful project. You've got a new lease of life.
Yeah, there's only three of us at the moment, but you know, Herway and Ante. Yeah, I just met them, two guitar players, and they're both quite well known here in Croatia, and that they're both bloody brilliant, to be honest with you. And we just had this idea of doing a few songs. Well, they asked me if I'd do something with them on 2 tracks, and we listened to them. We thought, "God, this is great!" And then we come up with the idea of putting it together under the name of Warhorse, and there will be an album eventually. Yeah, but it's just brilliant idea. But they decided to put this one into the bundle, you know, for people to buy the CD. And there'll be a DVD coming later as well, which we shot, you know, like a little movie thing, like video for it. Yeah, that's all. It's all been to help, you know. It's been amazing.
So describe the creative process during COVID, trying to overcome like all your health issues, and to sit down and actually write a song and sing it while you're sitting down.
Well, I'd be lying if I said that, because I didn't write the songs. The guys wrote those 2 tracks. We will be writing together, obviously, soon. Right. But they had these 2 tracks ready to go, and I thought, oh, right, okay, and I liked them. You know, they're heavy, and they're still... They're a little bit more commercial than what I normally do as well, you know. But I thought, well, you know, let's have a go. And it works. It works so well in the studio. You know, they take their time, these guys. I'm not going to say anything bad about that, but when it comes to producing, and I mean, I'm done in a couple of days, but these guys are taking a couple of weeks here to do 1 track, and I'm like, oh, fucking hell, what am I going to do? But yeah, it'll work out eventually. But the chemistry is fantastic in the studio. It's really good. We all get on really well, and I did my track in 2 days.
Wow.
That's it, over and over and over. That's including backing tracks. So I'm like, yeah, I haven't lost it.
I was going to ask, how would you describe how your voice has aged over time?
It's like a fine wine, dear boy. I don't know. I didn't know how it was going to sound. I helped my friends out in Air Force with a couple of tracks over the years. And that was, you know, that was all right. But I was just worried. I was worried stupid about whether I could actually do a concert again. Because, I mean, this is like a muscle. You've got to build it up again, you know what I mean? And, right. I mean, the amount of touring I used to do is fucking ridiculous, you know? It's like... I think me and Blaze Bailey are probably about the hardest working sort of singers going. I mean, we'd be on tour for like about 8 or 9 months as a year. and sometimes together as well. So, you know, it is a muscle. You've got to try and sort of build it up. And mine's just been sitting there getting flabby like the rest of me when, you know, you're getting no help or anything to do. But it came out fantastic that night. It's as clearer than it's ever been. And I hit every note I wanted to hear and more. So 7 year layoff's not really that good for you, but it was good.
It's working. You reminded me of Phil Collins, because Phil Collins is singing from his little stool.
Yeah, well, I'm in fucking wheelchair, so he's lucky. At least he can get up. But yeah, it is weird, man. But yeah, and that concert the other week was just amazing. It's made me more determined, you know, because I was put on this earth not to do much, but one thing it was to go and do tours and sing. So that for me is it.
Well, and it sounds like you're going to die on stage. You keep talking about saying farewell. I don't think you ever want to say farewell.
I've done it on stage many times. I keep going by the cemetery to say goodbye to my career. No, it's fucking amazing. But yeah, that's what I want to do. I told my wife that as well. I said, you know what, you know, as soon as I'm better, I'll go back over the States, go and see them for a while. And then I said, after that, I said, you probably won't see me again. She goes, that's all right. I ain't fucking seen you for 7 years anyway. So I thought, right, okay, let's do it and just get back on the road.
It's a really strange coincidence that the Iron Maiden tour started in Croatia. Did you have anything to do with that?
But was it a coincidence? Do you know? There's no secrecy here. No, it wasn't. No, it's just I happened to be in Croatia at the time, and me and Steve was texting about West Ham's ups and downs. You know, we do that quite a bit. And he said to me, "Are you still in Croatia?" And I went, "Yeah." And they was rehearsing in Split. So we decided, you know, and then Steve's sister came over. And I haven't seen Steve's sister for about 30 years, Linda. So we all met up and had a couple of days and that. And then the next thing I know, I played my concert, and the next day, Stephen and Linda organised it all. I was going down to the arena and go and meet, you know, the boys, which was fantastic.
What was your highlight of the show, watching it as a fan?
What, of Maiden?
Yes.
The old stuff. The reason why I'm saying that, though, is because I haven't heard much of the new stuff. And the new album I haven't heard at all yet, to be honest with you, because I couldn't bear to listen to any sort of new music by anybody, because I was hoping to be writing and I didn't want to get influenced by anybody. Or could you imagine if I had anything that sounded anything like Iron Maiden? It'd fucking kill me. But anyway, so yeah, it was good, but the show's fantastic. When they was touring 2 years ago in America, yeah, my wife and my boy went down to see them in Connecticut, and said it was an awesome show. And Steve looked after my family there big time, you know, getting VIP passes and everything, and all backstage, and they kept going on about it. And I'm like, oh great, you know, I can't go and see fucking concerts because it's wheelchair and shit. And they were right. It's a brilliant show. It's really fantastic.
How does it feel to watch Bruce sing your songs?
It's all right. Well, two different voices, you know what I mean? He handles it quite well, actually. I mean, but there's no way I could go up and do Number of the Beast or something like that. I wouldn't be able to hack that. You know, because we've got two different voice tones, you know, but yeah, you know, it did seem a bit strange, but yeah, it's good. Still good.
Do you mind if I ask a couple of older Maiden questions?
Oh, go on.
Go ahead. What kind of memories do you have when you left the band, you were fired from the band, that first single from Number of the Beast?
Was I fired? God, no one told me that.
What did you think when you heard Run to the Hills? This was the first Iron Maiden track that you weren't on.
Number of the Beast album was absolutely fucking awesome. I love that. There were some great albums came out that year. You know, what with Metallica and all that, and AC/DC and all that, all around that era. And it was amazing. I thought the Number of the Beast album was absolutely fantastic. I really did like it a lot.
What do you think about the term? Like, did you guys actually talk about the term of new wave of British heavy metal? Like, the first two records are iconic. They are so influential. There are bands that wouldn't be playing music without those first two records that you sang on.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
right.
I know. But the thing is, it gets right up my arse sometimes when I keep going on about this new wave of British heavy metal. There was no new wave of British heavy metal. All these bands like Saxon and fucking Judas Priest and all that had all had albums out. Def Leppard had all had albums out. The only reason they called it a new wave of British heavy metal is there's a heavy metal band with a punk singer, and they'd never heard anything like it before. So that was their way of pigeonholing Iron Maiden, you know. But the rest of them all had albums out and doing, you know. And everyone jumps on the new wave of British heavy metal bandwagon. I think that's one of bollocks. Sorry, I thought I'm going to upset some other friends in band, but bollocks, we were there first. Right.
What's the rarest Iron Maiden item that you own? Like, do you have a copy of the Soundhouse tapes cassette?
No. When we first got, we gave them all away, and I don't have anything I've ever done, any recordings or anything of like my stuff now or Maiden. I gave it all away, and I even got rid of a load of gold and silver albums and stuff because it was going to Dr. Bernardo's charity. Because the way I see it, I've been there, done that, the door's closed, and move on, you know.
What was your family support when, like, in the early days of you being a singer?
My mum thought I should carry on being a butcher. Because, you know, you got, it's a bit more stable there, son, isn't it? You know, and I thought, right, you know, she could be right, but we worked hard, and I don't think any of my family took it seriously at all until they, you know, next thing you know, we're on top of the pops. Then we sort of heads like hammers with Odin. Then they started getting it. You know,
this is a legitimate gig.
Yeah.
Out of all your post-Maiden projects, what's the one that you thought like really should have clicked? You're like, why did this thing skyrocket?
Battlezone.
Yeah,
we've done so well with Battlezone and Killers. It's the same band. It morphed into just different members here and there, but we've done really well on it. But obviously, I don't know, sometimes the chemistry fails or the record company ain't good enough. You know, it's a bit of both, really. You know, it's quite heartbreaking, really, because I would love to do another Battlezone album. I really would. You know, but you know, we're still all talking, so, you know, never say never.
Are you in touch with those lads?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Steve and Gavin from Killers, and me and Steve was in Battlezone, obviously, but Gavin and me, we talk on that all the time. And Cliff from Killers as well. So we're all about, you know, we're all around. The only not contacts I've had or tried to, and but we haven't got around to it yet, is me and John Williams. But I know where he is, and he knows where I am. I think he's waiting for me to get myself sorted out of it, you know.
Nice. What would the 64-year-old Paul Di'Anno tell the 20-year-old punk kid Paul Di'Anno?
Oh, don't do it. I don't know. It's same as I'm still the same. It's just that, you know, if you've got something you want to do or try, do it. Otherwise, you'll regret it for the rest of your life. You know, so I wish I'd done that when you're sitting there with like 6 snotty kids and, you know, £300 wife. What the fuck do you do? You know, so you got to get on with it. You know, that anyone could do it, and I did. And I thought, well, what do you want? You know, so that's it. I would encourage my boys. You know, my oldest son's had to go and singing in a band. He was fucking awesome. I'm not going to say it just because I'm his dad, but he was doing it a bit more hardcore. But my other son, whose birthday is today, happy birthday, Christian, he's gone on to the opposite side. He's more into sort of acting and stuff like that. So that's all good, you know.
What was the one punk band that you were just like, man, I need to be this guy?
Oh, Ramones, without question. It was the Ramones, the Pistols, and the Damned for me. You know, that was it. But you know.
What is the timeline for you to walk again? Tell us about the therapy and where you're at in your routine.
I have walked, even though I was like a drunken monkey, but I have walked with a frame and with these autosis things on, and there was this bloody state-of-the-art thing made up for me right leg, like a fucking RoboCop. But it was like Oh, it's so uncomfortable. So we've gone back to the normal orthosis thing on both legs. Been walking with a frame, but as I was slight infection in my leg last week, we couldn't do it, so we had to stop. So all my physiotherapy has been cut down to 2 times a week now instead of every day because I'm going to the hyperbaric chamber. We're going to have a look at it tomorrow, but then we'll sort of go in a couple of hours every week, which is going to get the blood vessels right. So when they do the operation, I'm having 2 operations done in one day. Once to remove this huge blood clot I've got here, which is that burst, is a rover. But there's that there, and then they're going to take the cement spacer out of my leg. And when you have one of them put in, you know, before you have a knee replacement in, it goes toxic if you don't get it out after a year.
Right.
I've had mine in for 4 years, thanks to the lovely, you know, medical people over in fucking England. And anyway, so it's gone wrong, and all the bones all gone brittle and black and all that. So that's got to come out as well. So I've had a custom bone made as well, which is weird. But there you go. So I've got all that. So I've got them 3 ops to go, and then later on, September. What about? Well, they all reckon I'll be walking a bit by September, even though I think I'll be like a demented monkey myself. But never mind. We'll have a go, and then I still have to need put in at some stage. But first, get all the circulation going. Hence the hyperbaric chamber and all that. But my circulation is so much better because I'm working out every day, you know, with weights and, you know, doing stuff like bench pressing and stuff. So yeah, I'm doing really well. I was just doing that before they came.
You are an incredible inspiration to us all. Thank you so much. Thanks for what you've done, what you're doing, and hopefully someday we will see you on a stage in Canada.
Oh, we're talking about that right now.
Excellent.
Yeah, we have been. I just don't. I ain't got no trouble with the cops over there because last time I was there, they tried to throw me out.
Oh wow!
But
no surprise.
That was over 10 years ago.
Yeah,
you know. So, yeah.
Don't get me started.
No, I don't want to do that. No, I have a problem with the law enforcement for some reason. I don't know why. But what do you do?
Right. And you've got a big metal heart.
Yeah. Rise above it or fuck off out of it, right? But it's a shame because the fans will suffer then anyway. But anyway, no problem. Good to speak to you.
Thank you. Cheers.